What is up, everybody? KOLE here playing Minecraft, and I'm back on the Jsano fan server. And today we're just gonna kind of wander around. I gotta show you what I've been working on, and it is not over here. I do have a bit of obsidian on me. I'm trying to clean out all the stuff that's over there. So let's toss some of this in here. Extra ender pearl. We're actually gonna go into the nether, I think. That's kind of a spur of the moment idea. I was going to show you what I was working on out in by my other base, the old naval base maybe. But I think we should go into the nether because I actually have something that I want to gather some quartz for future projects. So we're going to hop on through the portal. Hopefully I don't get any rubber band issues. It's the internet's been kind of shady for us over here. I don't know if it's the internet itself or server or what, but here we are. Let's go this way. So yeah, it is actually Friday, September the 19th. Probably the same day this episode comes out. Yeah, I recorded an episode yesterday, and I think my problem right now is that I don't really have a huge, besides like gathering materials, I don't really have a huge idea for something to do. So I'm kind of really just wandering around and gathering materials and waiting for the world border to expand to the point where I can actually start working. So yeah, but this project, this project that I'm going to do is kind of a mini thing, and I am going to need some quartz for it. So let's try to look for some easier to easier to access quartz. Maybe over here. Let's grab these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll fortune all that. Get a lot of levels with this too. Good idea. Maybe we'll have a proper sword this time. Need some armor too. These are running dry as well. I'm actually picking up a fair amount of diamonds now that I have this fortune pick, which is a pretty good deal for me, because been a bit of a slow start with the UHC mode and the world border. It's not like I can just run away, like run out to a place and just start mining. But interestingly enough, it does feel like, regardless of proximity and UHC mode and everything, it does feel like that there are less diamonds around. And granted, a lot of the stuff I've been doing is down in my clear-cut mine. I should be torching all this. I think I went around that way. Hope I remember. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff in my clear-cut mine, just carving all that out, and it's been, haven't really found much. Got plenty of stone, guess a fair amount of iron in redstone, but in terms of diamonds, it kind of feels like it's kind of hard to find. So, but I was able to find a few over at the naval base. So let's go this way, or let's just shoot the ooh, that's a good shot. Oh, it missed. I don't want to... Oh, I'm on fire. Get a little closer. I'm on fire, so let's get closer to him. Ooh, just underneath. There we go. Return to sender. And we get the gas tier. Just what I wanted. So yeah, that little interruption is over. Let's continue. I'm not going to use my water bucket. I know that won't work down here. Down here. Let's see. So, hockey season is starting, which is a pretty exciting for me, because I am quite the avid hockey fan. The preseason is starting up, like, Monday. Though, for Tampa, it doesn't start till Wednesday. So... But I'm excited for it. I think Tampa's going to be pretty good this year. We made a lot of good moves in the off season, so hoping that it all translates well. And I'm excited to see how everything works out. How are we looking? Sweet. Of course, with school, I don't get home until about 9:30. And so I'm gonna get home probably at least halfway through the game. So I was kind of actually considering whether I think they like air the games like again afterwards. So I think I'll be okay with that. Let's see. I'm gonna need quite a bit. That's the only downside to quartz, is that you can mine a ton of it, but when you turn it into blocks, it's only gonna be a quarter of the amount that you gathered, so you actually want to get as much as you can. Like, I'm gonna try to fill my inventory with quartz, if that is at all possible. Oh, well. I tried to put it out. So, I guess I should talk about UHC since it has ended. I actually talked about it in an episode that I might end up tossing into the credits. Because I don't know, I think it felt kind of scatterbrained. I'm trying to not be that bad. So, but yeah, UHC Season 5 is officially over. And a big congratulations, of course, spoiler alert, in case nobody's watched it, but congratulations to Team Hollywood Starlets, which consisted of Hollywood, Rad, Llewellyn, and Boofadine, who BTC'd their way to victory. No, they were kind of just caving for the most part up until the end, but I don't think I would have won anyways. I came runner-up, basically. And to kind of do a quick overview of our time in the UHC, it was myself, Dakota, Fruitfly, and Landskip, who, a big thank you to Lands, as well as Old Minecraft and Monsters for providing us with some extra people, because we needed to fill in a few extra slots, and they stepped up to help out. I believe Monsters and Old Minecraft are part of the Affinity server, and Landskip, I believe, is a friend of Dakota's, if I'm not mistaken. Chances are I am, but yeah, thanks to them for showing up and attending. I hope they enjoyed it. Ooh, that was almost bad. So, yeah, it was quite the intense season for, I think for a lot of teams it kind of built up to the point of, like the intensity kind of built up till about episode 8, which is the final episode. So about episode 7 and 8 was like the explosion for everybody, where, you know, all hell broke loose and everybody started fighting. For us, it was kind of an up and down kind of season for us in intensity, because like first couple episodes we were exploring the stronghold that we found, which is pretty cool that we found a stronghold. And when you watch some of the other teams, you kind of see how serious they were playing it, and you know how nervous they were about taking damage and stuff. And then there's us, just kind of derping around and you know, not really worrying too much. We were having a good time, and really enjoyed this season because of that. Not to say that last season I didn't enjoy it, which for me was season 2, but this season was a lot of fun just because we weren't taking it quite as seriously. At least not until I was the only person left on the team. Foreshadowing. But should I go that way? What do you think? I'm gonna go that way. Maybe I should follow my torches. Well, torches in there, so let's go this way. So yeah, we found a stronghold, and we were exploring it. And first 2 episodes, yeah, we just kind of wandered around looking through it. I think we kind of got to a bit of a slow start because of that, and yeah, we didn't get going, didn't get our materials gathered up quite as quickly as other teams did, and so we by like episode 3, by pretty much up until episode 6, you know, we still didn't have enchantments, so we didn't have enough diamonds for enchantments, as a matter of fact. So you know, while everybody else was already set and probably getting even stronger by episode 6, we were just then, you know, getting our enchantments going. So we definitely weren't the strongest team at any point in time. But yeah, it was episode 3 that things started picking up for us. You know, everybody else was probably just caving and stuff, you know, worrying about mobs and everything. But for us, you know, episode 3, we came up to the surface, and we ran into Max's team of Max and Quiznom and Roosterbread and the Biggest Killer, and we ran away. We scattered. We definitely weren't very well equipped, though. Looking back at it, we were probably a little bit better off than they were. Maybe not in terms of health, but at least in terms of we had bows, for one thing, and we actually saw them before they saw us. Looking back at the video, so we could have actually had an advantage in that aspect. Ooh. I don't really want to bother with you. Just put out all this fire. But yeah, we ran away and we scattered. Like, I ran through the forest, Fruit and Dakota, like, ran up over a hill, and Landscape decided to dig himself into the hillside and wait it out. And it turns out they walked right over top of him, and so. But we were able to escape that, and we were able to regroup and head back down to the caves, and then we got our enchantments, and we went back up to the surface. This is like episode 6 now, and we run into another team, green team, of Jad, Ots, Canuck, and Lemons, I believe. And yeah, we that time we were caught off guard, and it was kind of a bit of a whole fiasco in and of itself at that time. We Dakota and Lance were together, and then Fruit and I were together, and Dakota saw them, and they were on one side of a little hill, and Fruit and I were on the other side. So Fruit and I didn't really, I don't think we really realized what was going on at the time. Like, we knew that there was somebody there, but we didn't know, like, where they were and what was going on in terms of, like, battle and stuff. So we didn't run up to help out like we probably should have. And then I get kicked from the server. Not kicked, but I got disconnected. Right as the battle was going on, right as Landscape died, I lost connection. Or right as Dakota and Lance died, I lost connection. And then when I came back, yeah, they were both dead, and so Fruit and I had to run away. And unfortunately, they were on horseback, so they hunted Fruit down and took him out. And I was able to take out Jad's horse before running off. And I guess derpage number 1 for me. My season was full of derp, and moment number 1 for me was definitely as I was running away. Like, I think on 2 occasions I turned around to try to engage the enemy, and I got hit both of those times. So by the time I finally escaped, I was down to about 2 hearts, and so yeah, I escaped, but probably could have done it in a better way. Oh, I'm up to level 30 already. Ooh, go. Ooh, go. Oh, I guess I'm not getting that one. Eat an apple. I don't know if I'm gonna survive. Ooh, I did. Whew. That's good. Lava. I was just gonna be like, well, that's what happens. I'm not gonna bother with it. Probably do more harm than good. So yeah, I escaped, but just barely. And so, I decided to dig back down into some caves. And it turns out where I dig down was conveniently right on top of a spider spawner. And so, I checked it out, and there's a golden apple in there, in one of the chests, which was quite convenient. And so, I took advantage of that, grabbed the apple, and got myself back up to a little bit of health. I even found a little bit more gold, and went back up to the surface, grabbed another apple, and by then I was at like maybe 4.5 hearts, 4 or 5, something like that. And decided it was time I made my way back to 0-0. And this is kind of where the interesting stuff began. This is by episode 7. Pretty much about this time, Muckluck, Maxis, Muckluck, Monsters, Litho, Old Minecraft, and then the team of Sir Maxis, Quiz, Rooster, and Killer were fighting each other. And then after they died, like after that battle, it was like Roosters was able to escape for a bit, and Muck and Monsters were trying to go through all the stuff when Green Team, the Jad's team, showed up and killed Rooster. I'm assuming as he was running away. Like I bet you as Rooster was running away, he ran like into the green team. This actually might be enough. I'll see if I can get a little bit more on my way back. There's some. How did I miss that? I walked right past it. Yeah, and then blue team of Mary Gamer, Blue, and Park. Ellen was the only person who died in the beginning, unfortunately. But yeah, Mary, Blue, and Park were making their way towards 0-0. An interesting thing about them, they actually crossed through a desert biome near 0-0. And well, they crossed through a savanna into a desert biome to make their way towards 0-0. And maybe about a minute later, I actually entered that same desert biome from the same savanna biome. So I was right on their heels. The only difference in that moment was that they stayed pretty shallow in the desert and kind of hooked their way back around to the savanna, whereas I actually wandered all the way through the desert and I guess took a wider berth around the savanna biome. So is this safe? That is not safe. Alright, well, I should probably head back down there. If I can find the way I had gotten up here. But, yeah, so I just missed them by about a minute or so. And then, they ran up to a little hut that someone else had built. And, as they were running up, I was, like, way off to their right in the plains biome. And I actually watched them wander up to it. So we were pretty close together at that point. And they started fighting the green team. And I, in the meantime, decided to grab a horse. And I actually found one. And when I came back, blue team and green team were fighting each other. And Mary and Park had died right as I showed up. So it was blue versus like Jad and Lemons. Where did I go from here? And so blue was able to take out the rest of the green team, and I was actually kind of part of that battle briefly. Like I showed up right as the battle was going on, and I remember this. I just don't remember where I went. And I tried to kind of be a third man in on the fight at that moment, but they kind of ran off without me, and so I retreated a little bit. Oh, there's another gas. Hey, well, you know, we're in the same spot the last gas was at. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother with you. And so yeah, I backed off a bit, and guessing I went straight across. And I actually hopped off my horse at that point to see if I could engage in the fight, and then I decided to get back on my horse and continue, and come back around to them. And this is not the way I went, because there's quartz here. Head back down. And by then, Blue was kind of sifting through some of her stuff that she had, and this is kind of where Derpage number 2 started. Blue and I basically got into some combat, and thanks to the horse, I came out on top of the battle, and ultimate Derpage commenced at that moment. First off, I didn't realize that Mary Gamer had died at that point in time, so I kind of just wanted to grab Blue's head and run. And so Ooh, got him again. And so I did. I grabbed Blue's head and I ran. Thing is, Blue's head wasn't the only head that was there, and I completely missed it. And it's blatantly in front of my face when you're watching it back. And yeah, completely missed it. And then you know, I grabbed the head and I ran off and decided to go search for apples instead of searching for I'm pretty sure I went yeah, I'm pretty sure I gotta go this way. Yeah, I went searching for apples instead of gold. And it took me about 5 minutes to realize what I was doing. And so I ran back. I went back to Blue stuff and sifted through it, see if I could use anything to my advantage. Missed the head again, and it actually despawned right next to me as I was going through stuff. And then, yeah, pretty much completely neglected that. And like I said, I didn't even know that Mary had died at first, so I didn't even bother looking for his stuff. And he had about 3 or 4 heads as well, including his own. So there was a lot of potential gold in that area, but I only had 1 piece of gold anyways. I would have to have gone caving, which I guess in the time span it took for Hollywood's team to show up, I probably could have, but I didn't. And by that time I was back down to about 2 hearts, and then Hollywood's team showed up, and a little thing to note about them is that they actually saw me before I saw them. So at the time I guess they thought I was running away, but I didn't even know they were there. So they started shooting at me, and then I noticed Hollywood shot at me, and I did the whole thing, freaking out, and because of that I decided to run away a little bit. Not like, you know, completely run away, but like retreat a little bit, regroup, and yeah, I got a pretty good haul. I think we'll cook up some oh, I don't know where my my potion bottles are. Probably in here. But yeah, I regrouped, and apparently they're not. It's okay. We'll make 1 regeneration potion since they're kind of a big deal. Oh, they're already up in here. I already have health potions going. Well, yeah, we'll make 1 regen potion because they're kind of OP in this. But yeah, so I regrouped and I tried to shoot at Hollywood, but I kept missing, and then I decided to go for the bucket of lava technique. And as I threw it, I promptly fell into a pool of water, and that pretty much did me in. I think that above everything else kind of was the I guess the nail on the coffin, so to speak. And I watched as Hollywood soared through the skies and descended upon me, and I was able to like do 1 tap on his little I tapped him once, or I shot him once, and he just kind of booped me on the head, and I died. So that was the end of me for that season. Yeah, I'll put these in here. Actually, no, I'll put these in here. I have glowstone. Should I? I'll do that, and then I'll do 1, so it'll be an extra strong regen potion. Be like my notch apple that I never got to use way back in the beginning. I should put this obsidian away. Soul sand goes in here. So yeah, I died. And big congratulations to the Hollywood Starlets for picking up the win. And it's definitely a fun season. I think next season, well, first of all, next season I hope is on a Saturday, because I have class until like till about 8 p.m. on Fridays, and by the time I get home it'll already be about 9:30. So I would have definitely missed it even if we started late. So yeah, health 2. So I hope that next season we can do it on a Saturday, so I can. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they would change it just for me, but it's still the weekend, so I don't see why not. It's still the weekend, regardless of who lives where. But I think the main thing that I would like to try to do differently is definitely keep a cooler head in times of battle, because with the exception, because there was a lot of things I did wrong, like in the battle against Blue, I backed off a lot, and she was able to use all her golden apples and stuff and regain health, so I wasn't able to use any of that stuff. And and then of course the whole looking for apples instead of gold, and missing like 4 or 5 like player heads that I could have used for golden heads. There's a lot of stuff that I could have done that I didn't do, and so unbreaking. Oh, please tell me the sharpness with that. Bane of arthropods. Well, I guess I'm gonna keep the iron sword. Damn it. Oh well. But yeah, I think next season the main thing is to keep a cooler head and maybe play a little bit more aggressively. That's usually the main thing that I'm trying to like feel out, is how aggressive I should play. And I've learned that being more conservative isn't the way to go. And I actually learned that back in season 2, where I kept running around the 0-0 area and ended up getting killed anyways. So, but yeah, I think that should do for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.